Hello, hello. Welcome to the Tamaya Show. Thank you so much for tuning in. Today, we're going to be talking about the contributing factors to the demise of anything and everything. Number one contributing factor to the demise of myself would be number one, my mom with cocaine abuse and depression, how that affects young daughters, how that affects the community, how that affects the family, how that breaks it down at the foundation, and how we always try to keep finding ourselves. But at the core of everything, when you leave children, families, husbands, wives, kids uncovered, it is permanently broken for real, for life. And you don't have to keep turning over every stone. That is the biggest problem. So that's number one. Cocaine abuse, drug abuse, neglect, and depression. Yeah, big one. Number two is going to be molestation abuse. That's like people touching you, messing with you in the night. You're young, you're underage, you don't know how to process it, you don't know how to think about it. It messed you up. You thought you were fine, you moved on, but then you start having nightmares or night sweats, going to the school, talking to counselors. It's affecting you in ways you didn't think that it would, and it is. That's important because you thought you handled it and you didn't, and it affected you and you thought it didn't or couldn't. It's important because instead of getting help, you ran from it and you tried to repress it. Repressing it is the worst thing you could do, is because you're holding it in and you can't handle it. So it's kind of like a hernia or a tumor or a cancer. It's there and it starts small. It's stage 2. And then by the time you check on it, it's stage 4. It done festered because instead of dealing with it and going to get your chemotherapy, you told everybody nothing was wrong. So if you feel that little itch, scratch, bump in the middle of the night, get up and go check on it instead of skipping it. It's bad. It'll never work. So molestation abuse is sad. I remember what happened with me, and I realized the day I realized I couldn't handle it, I told my friend, this is the day I really realized, okay, no, you didn't handle it. I was with my friend and I guess I was drinking and I was smoking, I was hanging out, and she was like, yeah, you got drunk yesterday and you told us you was sucking duck for candy. And I said, what? I did not say that. I didn't say that. You was like, yes, you did. And I thought about it. That is only a story that I could have known. And I realized for the first time in my life, not only is this an alcohol abuse issue, but this is a sexual trauma issue. And it's a crisis to tell your friend in the middle of intoxication, in the middle of life. And I said, what candy was it? She said, you said it was a Hershey's with almonds. Even that's it. That's the truth for real. That was what it was. Verification. So I realized I got to get some help and I got to stop because this is bad. This is bad for real. So it hurts, it breaks you down, it hurts you, and you thought you dealt with it. Just because you ignored it, just because you repressed it, just because you swept it under the rug, just because you didn't deal with it doesn't mean it didn't hurt. So dealing with what we're talking about here, we're just dealing with it did hurt, it did affect you, and it didn't work out. And we want everybody to know it's okay. It's okay. It was hard for anybody to figure out, and we all needed a little bit more support. Next is going to be neglect. Neglect is just who we are when no one's looking. No one knew you were watching this channel, talking to these people and these men in the house. What's going on? Yeah, I did it. You did it. Why'd you let someone in? At some point, I just knew I could get away with it. And another time, I realized we need to try something. We can't have all these memories that are boring. We're in the hood. It's sad and it's bad. Why not do something else? And that's what I thought. So neglect is you're making up a lot of things, not because you don't love God or you love yourself. It's because no one's there and you know you won't get caught. So you do it and you get away with it for days and weeks and months and years because no one cares. That's not good, and you're not supposed to do that. And when we've got a self-help group coming, we've got a 24/7 hotline. You'll see that number flashing across the screen. You don't have to do that. No, don't do that. Come on. No, call us. Hey, no, hell no. Not it. Something, but not that one. So we'll start a program, we'll start a league, we'll start a team. Championship mindset, team building. Everything's going to be great if you stay with the team. Next is abandonment issues. And this is what happens when a parent leaves. Why you don't want to be with us? How could you miss Christmas? It's just, what was the plan and why didn't we go over it together? So it's hurt over that, and you didn't get to talk to him, so you skipped over it, thought it didn't matter, and you keep breaking down on Christmas in front of your kids and the family, walking out in the street crying and fighting like, damn, what's love got to do with it? It can't happen one more year. Everybody's going to quit. You've got to stop this. Now listen, your mother loved you, and my sister cared for you, and them. At that point, you have to stop. You can't keep beating everybody up. They know what happened and they know it hurts, but who you going to keep beating up? Don't beat up anybody. Don't beat up the pillow. Let it go. Just let it go. Win right now. Right now, because they don't want to hear it and they're done with it. Don't do it again, because at that point, the whole family's done, because they got things they got to deal with too. Trauma, neglect, and anger and pride is going to kill us. Who is us? The human race. All of us. Everybody's sad and everybody's hurt. We know, and we can tell. And you did well, and you are good, and you're strong. You're strong. You're strong. You did good, and you handled it. But today's the day we can let it go. I can't let it go. Let it go. Because you did good, and you didn't hurt nobody, and you handled it. But what we going to do with it now? It's like a kettlebell. 35 pounds each. Just put it down. Just put it down. Put it down. No, let it go. That's all right. All right. Well, I just wanted you guys to know I was carrying it and I did good with it. But you're right. We all got to let it go. Forgive them. Say you're sorry first and cry. I just said that because I know that's what we need to show. Is that what everybody needs to hear on the show? No, this is what you need to hear. No, it's what it is. Forgive them, let it go, cry. You don't have to cry, but do let it go. That's weird to be over the age of 35 still mad at people talking about she done beat my ass at the 7-Eleven. So you still mad? I mean, we can't keep on. It's like forever. Yeah, forever, because that's what I'm on. No, I'm going to let it go. I'm going to let it go. So that's good. Character flaws, jealousy, malice, ill will, resentment, pride. Pride is sad because it's like you just like, I don't care. You owe me $10 for that computer and I told you to bring it back and you kept my computer and it was important. Just let it go. Just let it go, because we can. Yes, we can. But should we? Just because you can doesn't mean you should. And just because you should doesn't mean you could. You have to remember, anything can happen to us all at the same time. So it's like resentment, malice, ill will, negativity. It's all in the same boat. It's all in the same train of bad karma, bad vibes, and toxicity. Just let it all go. God is gonna give you double for your trouble. You'll be okay. You'll make it. You'll win that back. That money will come back. Those people will come back. But what you won't get back is that time. So learn to let it go, to forgive yourself, to give people grace and mercy and love, because at the end of the day, we all need it. I know I do. I know you do. Thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate you guys for turning into the show, for tapping in. The feedback is already awesome. The feedback is already great. And I think one of the most important things that I'm trying to do is like, are you trying to set yourself free with this show? I am. I'm trying to set myself free with the show. Can I set myself free? Can I tell enough of the truth to make everybody believe that through cocaine abuse, through depression, through neglect, through trauma, through resentment, through anger, through pain, that something can emerge, something like a butterfly, and it can be beautiful, and we can have life in it again and believe in it again. It'll be good again. I'm believing that. I'm hoping that you're believing that. I hope you see that. I hope you see the growth and the positivity that we're trying to bring from negativity, because it's not easy to do that, especially when you're being real. Everybody wants to paint a picture and turn it into like a song and dance. There's no way to song and dance about it. These are hard topics, and we're definitely trying to cover it. I appreciate you guys so much for the love, for the support, for everything you're doing. It's so important that we continue to help and advocate for those who are underserved, who will never talk about it, who are silent survivors and definitely victims, to say, I hear you and I see you, and most importantly, I am you. To the people who never said a word, weren't planning on it, and still didn't do it. You are important and it matters. Thanks.
We gon' talk about it. Tamaya. We gon' talk about it. Tamaya gon' talk. Tamaya gon' talk about it. We gon' talk. Tamaya gon'